if we could separate. I understand what it is now. I always wonder why God has allowed this financial space that we're in to last and drag on to the degree that it has dragged on. And then I learned something that I know that I would only learn in this space. So in that, I'm in gratitude. Like, I understand just because I'm married, if me and my husband chose to separate, we have always chosen to separate for months on end. It's just once you're married, you have to fight through those times. But who broke the cycle of separating for months just because you got married? Me and my husband have known each other since 2010, and we have always separated from each other for months on end. Do you think that cycle ended just because we got married? Especially, he would piss me off enough, I would piss him off enough the few times we hung out. Now we live together 24/7 for 7 years straight. You don't think we have had those same bump up against each other and separate moments? But we can't separate. And society tells us if we do separate, then this is leading up to the divorce. Why can't it just be a separation? When me and my husband, I wasn't married then. We were just friends. I was gonna say when we separated, then I didn't go screw anybody else. We were friends, so I could screw over that. I used to drop Bailey off, so I go screw other men. So we were friends. But just because me and Dre separate doesn't mean that we gotta go and do crazy stuff. That just means, like we did, we need a break from each other. And we force our spouses to deal with us, and that's unfortunate. Now, if you're doing the work, like if you're healing through and you're working to become a better version of yourself, whatever that looks like, you can go extreme as I, or you can go to the, checking one thing off the box at a time. The key is consistency, lasting change, consistent, lasting change. Whatever box you choose to check, all of them at once, like my crazy behind, I'm an Aries. I'm going to go hard or I'm going to go hard, period. Even when I quit, I don't really quit. I just refocus my energy. I didn't quit that. I just shifted my energy to something that I could prosper in. Only a fool continues to beat their head against a wall that's not budging. But I could channel that same energy into another project. Society wants you to feel bad because you jump from thing to thing to thing, like I jump from topic to topic to topic. But how many people have I blessed in jumping from topic to topic to topic? The ability to move from thing to thing to thing is your ability to keep trying. That is truly trying, not staying in the same thing and just bumping your head against the fucking wall. It's not working anymore. Go try something different. Go channel that energy into something different. That's growth. You're not stuck. And that's where my husband is. He's allowing his family to fall. And because he's so stuck in victim mentality, which he denies, but he's so stuck in victim mentality, he literally was screaming at the top of his lungs that God is trying to kill him. But then he turns into me and tells me to take accountability. You trying to put this off on God. You trying to make your life choices God's fault. Yeah, I admit that I picked an argument the other night. Oh yeah, I picked that shit. I don't know why I did it, but life is happening for me, not to me. That argument caused my family to sit down and have a family meeting and really accomplish some goals. So hell yeah, I picked a fight the other night. I don't need to know why Spirit using me. I just let Spirit use me. It's Spirit's fault I blew up on my husband. That's my story and I'm sticking to it because I'm doing the work. But yeah, if you're doing the work, then you'll be covered, right? And when we went into this financial situation, you tripping. I keep forgetting we have a dog. So this motherfucker be making random noises. I'm like, anyway, I'm able to come into this financial situation from the side of I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when it was going to hit and how bad it's going to hit. And it's hitting so badly that I'm being impacted by it, which means I can't move the way that I want to move. If I spend $1 in my husband's bank account, he knows I used to spend hundreds of dollars in my husband's bank account, and he had no idea. Not all at once, but I spent a lot of that man's money, and he had no idea. Like, I think about cash apping $1 out of his bank account. He like, no. Now I can't pay such and such. He's been making it happen, and I'm thankful for that. He's utilizing his resources, but now all his resources apparently have dried out because he's looking at me like you need to call your dad. I was like, I'm not calling my father. Why would I call my dad? I don't talk to my dad. Sure, he may have it, but I'm in the space where I'm at where I'm not going to call my father and ask him for money. That is a manifestation of an energy that I don't want to live in. I will sooner trust God to take care of me and provide for me than I would call my earthly father and ask him for money. And I don't believe that that's pride. I may come to a space of consciousness and say something differently, but at present I don't believe that that's pride. I believe that that is, why would I treat my father like that? Why would I treat my father like an ATM? Because isn't that it? I haven't talked to my father at all. At all. I posted on social media. I wish I could have known my mother and my father. He was like, you'd always call me, and I truly have a desire to know. And I know if I break the barrier, then we'll get to talking, but I don't want to. It's too much energy. It's too much effort. And if he wanted to, he would do it. But he's not doing it because it's too much energy. It's too much effort. We don't want to commit. I'm still getting back into bed. I'm sorry, y'all. I had a day. It's fucking dryer, y'all. We don't want to commit that much energy into certain things in our lives. And it's okay to admit that, because if we admit that, then we can stop. On my pillow. Y'all don't look at my pillow. Shoot, I'm talking about not eating. Y'all worried about what my pillow looks like? There, I fixed it. What was I talking about? I won't call my father because he deserves more than that. I'm just not willing to give it to him presently. I want to, but I don't desire to. The desires of the heart, right? I don't desire to, and he probably wants to too. But he doesn't desire to, or he would, right? If my dad called, he calls sometimes and I do not answer his calls because I end up just rambling to keep the conversation going, and I could talk. Look at, I done filmed like 20 videos tonight. We just gotta stop being so prideful. I have come on this internet and admitted that I was a terrible mother. I have come on this internet and admitted that the changes that I've implemented in my family have shaken my family literally to the core, to where me and my husband are both done with this marriage. And y'all sitting there watching and you're like, yes, girl, yes, keep going. If you guys are truly doing the work, you're going to come to you. If you don't understand, if you don't receive all these messages that I'm giving tonight, I'm all over the place, but I'm all over the place. If you don't receive these messages that I'm giving you, you're going to separate from your husband or your wife or your spouse, and you're going to think that that is open season to go off, but you don't realize that the cycle of separation never ended from your friendship or your courtship or whatever it was. And so you're caught in a cycle, and that's a cycle you don't even recognize, but I'm recognizing it now. Because if me and my husband could separate, we would both separate from each other. And I remember I used to always just say, I'm going to get a divorce, I'm going to get a divorce, I'm going to get a divorce. But when that nigga said, I'm going to get a divorce, I was like, ah, shoot. And I thought it was because I said it so much that I kept planting to see divorce, which I did. I don't think that I planted the divorce seed, but I definitely planted the she ain't with me 10 toes seed. If she's ready to leave me, every time I disagree with her. That's why the man's afraid to disagree with me. Because every time he makes me unhappy, I threaten to get a divorce. And now that sounds very surface, because it's a lot deeper than that. And those of you who are willing to dig within yourself, you'll know that it's a lot deeper than that. And at this point, I'm just going to go live because I didn't intend to record any. And I probably didn't make my original point, but I made a lot of points. Make sure you put a tip in the tip jar. Buy me some fries.